Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm returning to you late this afternoon for this next movie review for Never Let Go, the Halle Berry movie that I got a chance to watch for myself. See what I was going to think of this film overall. So I'm going to discuss what I watched for this hour and 41 minute movie in its entirety and let you know my thoughts on this movie as a whole. So let's dive into this movie review now. This is another 2024 film that I got a chance to check out. And from what I gathered with this film, I think it's okay. Some of the story was kind of ridiculous, to be honest. There's some ridiculous moments at the beginning where it makes you question, like, where was this evil and all that. There was really no evil. It was just Halle Berry's performance was pretty strong in this, and some of the other performances were alright. But I think the movie's outcome and how it's perceived, the execution and how it turned out, the final product, was an okay film. It wasn't one of the best films, but it was okay of a watch. I would say there are quite a bit of critiques with this film. Like, it gives you questioning. It's almost like this movie kind of resembles how Nope turned out. Like that film back in 2022, which, to be honest, wasn't one of my favorite films of 2022. But from what I gathered with this film, I did not hate this film, but I did not love it. I think the performances were strong, but it's the storyline, like what it's presenting to the audience. It didn't impress me all that much because you have Nolan and Samuel. Well, I can tell you one thing. If you've seen this movie already, you know that the mom dies. Mama dies. Halle Berry does in like the hour mark of the movie. And then it gets to a point where they think they're envisioning a darkness, an evil that is real, which in their minds it's real, but it's a psychological thriller. It makes you think on what you're watching and how the closing out final part of the movie is going to turn out. Like, the final act of the movie got a little better, but it still didn't save the movie for kind of being okay. I think there are some negative gripes with this film, with how it turned out, but I just think execution-wise, sorry about that, my phone went off with some notifications, so all I can say at the end of the day is watch it for yourself, see what you think of it. It's not a terrible movie, but if I were to give it an actual deserved score, I'm feeling a 6 out of 10 for this movie. It's kind of meh. Not one of my favorite films of 2024, but it will be on my okay to meh movies of 2024, which that video is coming out this weekend. So at least I got a chance to throw it in the list in time, because I'm about to watch the next movie, Omniloop. And then I'll move on to some other movies after that. But from what I gathered with this film, I did have quite a bit of negative gripes, but I think I land in the middle with the overall performance was pretty strong, but it's just the storyline was kind of all over the place a bit. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great. So, 6 out of 10 for the movie Never Let Go. I just think how the story's presented with this evil, and then they envision that it's real, but it's really not. And there's an outside world that they've come to discover where this guy comes and introduces himself to Nolan. close to the end of the film, and then they find out Mama lied to them that there's a real world out there. Nolan was the only one trying to find out if there was a real world out there, and there really was. At the end of the movie, you get to see where it takes them, and they get rescued from a place that burned down. So basically, at the end of the day, this movie is kind of meh. I just think the story kind of didn't satisfy me enough to make me want to come back to this movie. But I would say that there's some interesting points in the movie, some interesting moments in the movie, but the execution was the main thing. And it kind of was meh. So, 6 out of 10 for Never Let Go. I hope you enjoyed this movie review this late afternoon, and thanks for watching.